Hello, welcome everybody. Kissy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Today we are going to do the Onari decoupage with Petra de...
Just the Pffiefer, that's all. It's very easy.
Petra de...
Almost.
Barry,
try it once.
Forget this. Barry, what's on the show?
Yeah, let's run through exactly what we've got on the show. Starting off then with this, which is 915925. It's a set of 2 Onari vellum stencils. This is the birds, £9.99. And of course, you can't just use it with vellum. You can also use it with card as well. But it is perfect for vellum. 915925. Then we've got this for you, which is 915926, a set of 2 Onari vellum stencils. This is the flowers, £9.99. Then we've got some really fantastic jewels for you, 915927, a pack of at least 400 Onari jewels, £12.99. And then we've got some more wonderful stencils. 915923, this is a set of 4 embossing stencils, £12.99 is your price for those. And then we've got this, which is 915924, the pack of 30 Shake It decoupage sheets and an embossing career book. £13.99, 915924 is your item number, but we're going to come back with our first demonstration, obviously, with Petra.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You're going to be doing loads of cards, aren't you? Now, I'm going to take everything we've got on the show, and I'm going to have a go at trying to do some scrapbooking. Now, there's the paper. You can see I've not done anything beforehand. Let's see what we can do with it. I'm going to try and come up with some ideas. I've got my box of different papers and vellums and that here. I'm going to have lots of fun with that and see what I can come up with, just to inspire you of what things you can do with everything that's on the show. Go on, girl, off you go.
Okay,
just
before you do that,
it's not a competition. It's not a competition.
Just before you do that, let me show you exactly what Petra's going to be working with. Now, she's going to be working with these wonderful 4 embossing stencils that we've got in. Now, obviously, you can use whichever part of these you want to. You can even use them as cutting stencils if you want to get the most amazing borders for your scrapbook pages and, of course, your cards. So that's one of them. You remember getting all 4 of these. That's your second one. And I'll show you the third one in a moment after you've had a really good look at that one. And there's your third one. And there is your 4th one coming up. So you've got 4 superb metal stencils here that is really going to enable you to get some fantastic results with your scrapbook pages and of course your card making. Let's have a look at some of the things that you can do with them now. Some fabulous embossing on these. And of course, if you've never embossed anything before, this is so very popular now for experienced card makers and scrapbookers and novices alike, because you are virtually guaranteed, in fact you are guaranteed, a fantastic result every single time. And here's one that's been used as a cutting stencil, and all we've done there is go around the edge of that stencil with a craft knife to produce the most wonderful scalloped edge on that card. Now we've got something similar there that's been done with vellum, and of course works brilliantly with vellum as well. In fact, probably works better with vellum than anything else, but the results, whether it's card or vellum, are just stunning. Look at that. You can even do wonderful things like this with it, where you can cut out centres of the stencil. So 915923, £12.99 is your price for those. And of course, what we're going to do now is Petra's going to do a great example. But before Petra does that, let me show you another product that's very much linked into that. Lots of the ideas for the stencils I've just shown you are included in this English embossing book. Here it is, and of course you can see the stencils used throughout this. Let's just give you the details of this next item that we're looking at now. There it is, 915924, the pack of 30 Shake It decoupage sheets and an embossing career book. Now this book features those stencils that I just showed you quite heavily, so if you're going for those, I would go for this as well. And in addition to that book, with this item, you're also getting all of these fantastic cutting papers as well. You've got 6 designs in here altogether, and you're going to get 6 of each. Look at that. So, oh, sorry, even 5 of each. My maths are really dodgy today. 915924, £13.99 is your price for that one. So if you're going to go for one item, I'd go for the second one as well, because you really will be able to get some superb projects from it. But going back to those embossing stencils now, Petra's going to do a really wonderful demonstration.
Actually, can I borrow a bit of your soap, darling?
Can I get it back?
Maybe.
Okay.
And why do we need soap?
To make the paper very smooth, you call that?
Yes, I'm smoothing it over here so it
then
goes.
you can emboss almost over all the paper that you have. So
it's that easy. It makes life easier.
Yeah, always. Well, when you start embossing is just pushing your paper through the template, and then you get the relief on your paper.
All right.
Soap again. When you have these stencils, you can emboss them, but you also can cut them. So you make a choice. One time you emboss it, the other time you cut it. So every time you have a totally different card. You just have to push your paper through the template. You don't have to color it in. When you just follow the outside lines, that's just enough. I only have to do this, for instance. Well, this is embossing, and this is what you have to do. When I turn it over, I can show you what you get. You see? Okay. Embossing is very nice, but when you just emboss, it's boring. It needs something with it that can be a 3D cutting sheet, it can be cutting, it can be, yeah, whatever you want, whatever technique that you do, it needs something with it, and then you have marvelous cards.
Just something to give it a bit of a lift.
Yeah, always. Well, these are marvelous because there are a lot, you have a lot of possibilities with these templates. For instance, what I told you, you can emboss it, you can even cut it. Well, when I have to cut these little holes now, I'm not starting with that because otherwise I'm gonna be totally mad. But there's another way. You can put with a pencil little dots on top of it, and when you have dots, you have signed dots. I have done that somewhere, but that doesn't matter. Here.
Oh yes.
Here you see it already. On the back of the card I have marked it. And then I'm very honest, I use something else, and then
punch.
I punch here, and then I only have to do this.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Now, just to let you know about those punches, we do have a range of punches that do similar jobs to that on our website. Details on the bottom of the screen, www.creatingcraft.tv. Do make sure that you go and have a look at that fantastic website, because there are thousands of products on there, and indeed, of course, as with Creating Craft with Ideal World, you can take advantage of really great rates on postage with our multi-ordering offers. So make sure that you do look out for those on the website. And indeed, if you come through to the call centre, and the number for the call centre is 08700 700 300, so make sure that you do look at all those wonderful ideas that we've got for you on that website. And of course, if you are watching in the United States and Canada, and indeed if you're watching in most of the EU, you can of course order from us, and we do have special rates for you as well, so look out for those. Petra.
Okay, here I've embossed it, you see, it's the same template. It's not the meaning that you use everything. You can do that, but it's much nicer when you use different parts of it. Yes. Here I've used just the flowers, you see. I've embossed them.
I think what I particularly like about these stencils is the fact that you've got so many possibilities.
It is.
You can do embossing with them. You can obviously use them as a cutting stencil if you wanted to. And you can use different elements from them if you wish. You don't have to use the whole thing. They're really very multifunctional.
Yeah, they are. These little holes I have pushed down or pushed through, and then I've worked with little beads. Even that you can do. So you see, I've made a combination of embossing, of cutting, cutting or punching, and always honest, and using little beads in here.
Okay, what a great idea.
Then you have a marvelous card. The only thing you have to do is little stripes on top of it with a little flower, or this, for instance, a little butterfly.
Now that is from the other great set of papers that we've got that also comes with that book, isn't it?
That's why the book is so important.
Yeah, tell us about the book. Tell us about the book, Petra.
Yeah, in that book, all the things that you see, that's all in the book. Here you see again how you have to punch it, how you have to cut it, what you can do with it, and that's why all the 3D cutting sheets that are in the book, you also receive with that. So this is really, when you never done this before, buy this book and then you know what to do with it. Because when you start working with it, every time you learn something new, and then you see, hey, I can do that too. And there are so many things. When I demo in Holland, I always use the books, the cutting sheets, people love it because they come at home and they can start working with it. Because otherwise they buy this and they come at home and they think, what do I have to do? I don't know it anymore. Well, take the book with it and you can do everything. This is marvellous.
Let's remind you of those two items that we use that, in our opinion, you should go for together. They will work individually, of course, but if you want some great ideas on how to use those embossing stencils, then that book is a good idea. So let's just have a look. Let's have a look at both items that we think that you should get together. So you've got this set of 4 embossing stencils. So you've got all 3 of these, all 4 of these even, for £12.99. Let's just see if I can balance those on the counter. No, I can't. There you go. Let's show them individually. So you're getting all 4 of these. Let's just have a quick run through those so you can see exactly the detail that you've got there. So there's your first one. You've got butterflies and flowers on that one. You've also got those holes on there. Remember, it's not a choice of you're going to get all 4 of these for £12.99. That's working out at something in the region of £3.25. Oh, my mental arithmetic suddenly got really good with the aid of my producer, Leslie. And the calculator. In fact, you didn't even need to use a calculator because her mental arithmetic's obviously on the ball. So 915923. Now, they will work as standalone products, obviously they will, but if you want some great ideas on how to use those, then our advice, and indeed how to decorate the cards once you've used them, our advice is to get this next item, which includes 30 sheets of these beautiful decoupage papers, but you could use these as individual elements as well. Maybe you just want to cut these out and use them as an individual element. You can do that. You don't have to try and build them up, and it's a great way of starting them up. And if you were using them as just flat individual elements, you've got enough to decorate literally hundreds and hundreds of cards here. So remember, you're going to get 6 different sheets. You're going to get 5 of each sheet, so that's the first one. There's your second one. You've got a whole variety of different things there. You've got Christmas baubles and flowers and butterflies. There's your third. Oh, look at those flowers. They're gorgeous. And once again, look how detailed they are. And anybody that is going to receive a card that's made out of this is really going to love these, and they're going to keep these forever.
You know what I use them for also? For spirelli, for instance. You need little pieces of paper, of cutting sheets, and you can use them for spirelli also.
Of course you can. Look at these butterflies as well. Really detailed. You've got tiny butterflies, you've got big butterflies, you've got butterflies in profile. Fabulous. Then you've got another set of these fantastic flowers. But the other thing that makes this particular set very special, and why we think you should get this item with the previous item, is the fact that you're going to get this English embossing book as well, which will show you how to use those decoupage papers in conjunction with those embossing stencils. So if you're looking for some great ideas, if you're looking for some inspiration, if you're looking for some innovation, if you're looking for some really fabulous thoughts and well, inspiration, that's the word I'm looking for, on how to use them, then this book is for you. 915924 is your item number, £13.99 is your price, and that is a great item, but go for both of them at the same time.
Can I just show you something that I've been doing with this one? Now, this is the next set of stencils. This is the set of 3 one. Now, these are the set of 3 with the flowers, and you also get the star one. What I'm doing here, I'm doing embossing, and I'm also doing the paper pricking. What I did first is I taped down this over the top like that, taped it down, and then I embossed onto the back like that with the embossing. You can see the embossing down the back, the stars. Then what you have to do is then take it off and then realign it up over on the top like that, on the back there, like so. And you just make sure it fits exactly. Let's get it right the right way round. That goes over there like so. And then you take that down there again, and then you can start your paper pricking from the opposite sides, because that needs to be the front. So that's positioned. You tape it down again, and then you can start with your paper pricking from the back. So this is 2 crafts in one. You've got your embossing and the paper pricking, like so.
And this is actually a set of 2 stencils, not a set of 3. It's 915926, £9.99.
And as Petra says, always keep your pen up like that, otherwise you're going to get it
Well, sometimes
slanted.
people ask me, what's the right side when you have pricked? Well, normally it's like you do it, but when you like it the other way better, well, it's your choice.
Whatever floats your boat, darling.
How about that?
There you go. Let's pop that in there.
It's okay, it's not rude.
Okay, okay.
Right, we can move on now. I just wanted to show you that bit. I'm carrying on with this.
Now, let's just come back to these wonderful jewels. Now, you've seen that Petra has made some elements of this particular card using those stencils. What we've done now is we've moved on from that to a point where she's used the stencils, she's used some of those decoupage sheets, but she's now going to decorate the card using the jewels. Now, before you do that, Petra, let me just show everybody these wonderful jewels. Now, you're going to get at least 400 of the jewels in this set. We reckon there's about 58 to a pack here. It looks like Petra's already been in one of those packs. Yours will come pristine and unused, by the way. 915927. Ooh, 915927 saucy. £12.99 is your price, and these are just brilliant. Now, these are going to be great for decorating any of your card projects, particularly perhaps if you are using any of Chris Warner's CD-ROMs, because these are really going to finish them off beautifully. So although they've got the Inare brand name on there, and yes, they work brilliantly with Inare, you could use them with so many different other things as well. If that was English. 915-927, 12.99 is your price.
Sounds like double Dutch to me.
Oh, and there's the other one. That's the one that Petra's been into. Fabulous. So, Petra, how are you going to use these?
Well, very simple. They are self-adhesive.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. They're self-adhesive, so you don't need to put any glue on them.
Okay, so the only thing you have to do is take them off and put them on, and that's all. So you can make it just a little, you can give your card just a little more than you want.
Now, you could be really careful with this set, and you could just use one in the centre of a card like that. Now, I actually think that's very nice. That's very minimalist, but if you wanted to, you could use lots more as well. And because you're getting at least 400 for £12.99, I think you can afford to be a little more generous,
Oh,
can't
yes. Like this, for instance.
I'm going through my minimalist stage at the moment.
Well, I have a granddaughter, and last time I couldn't find my package. It was gone. And she showed me, she had them in her ears. It was like ear bells. It was very nice, really. Well, they are self-adhesive, so...
Ear bells?
Yeah.
Was that what you call
How do you call them?
Earrings?
Earrings.
You call them ear bells?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, ding dong.
Well, little bells, just very little bells.
I like that.
Well, so you can give your card something extra. I talk just further.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
You carry on.
Well,
You have the ear bells.
I want to show you something different without ear bells.
Oh, every
but
week, darling,
that
every
doesn't
week.
matter. Here, when you see this card, and it's made just from this one.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are you going to show us how to do it?
No. No.
Oh, well
That's
then.
all in the
Do you
book.
know what slap botty means? Do you? Slap botty?
No.
Jolly
No.
good.
Well, I can show you that it doesn't matter. Here, you just have to mark your card. It's all in the book.
Oh, I can mark your card
Yes,
as well,
it is.
right.
You just have to sign the middle of your card. And then you take this, for instance, and you put this in the middle of it. And so you turn it over, and then you emboss it. And then in between, you put it again, but then just in the middle of that too. And that's all you have to do. And then you get this. One thing I have cut out, the other one is embossed. And then you see I've only used this flower, nothing more. I've put it here, I've put it here, in every corner. This is made by using this, but not the whole area, because the holes are very big. Just push them through and with a little small needle, and that's all, and you can do your beads
Oh, right. What a great idea.
yeah, and you put it on another color, and you have a marvelous card. So really, that book is wonderful. You can then you learn that you can do so much different things with just one. Really.
Well, just to recap then, if you're wondering what I should be getting here, if you want to do some of these wonderful projects, you do need to have the details of that book and those decoupage sheets which are on the bottom of the screen.
You know why these books are so good? You know why they're so good?
Why?
Because it's got English embossing on there.
Yeah.
See? Should have British, really, shouldn't it?
Dutch embossing is very nice too.
Oh, is it?
Really.
You should show us sometime.
Do you know why? Do you know why it's called English embossing?
Because we have our own techniques. I don't know. Tell
No,
me.
it's they are romantic cards, and we think when we think about England, it's romantic.
Stop it.
I didn't say you were romantic. I thought England was romantic.
Head down, carry on working.
Okay, so just to remind you of the two items we think that you should get then, the details for that book and, of course, those decoupage sheets are on the bottom of the screen, and also we've got the details of those 4 stencils on the side of the screen. We think you should go for both sets because it is going to enable you to do so many different projects if you get both sets. So, Petra, let's have a look at what you're going to do now.
Yeah.
Before you do that, let me show everybody the stencils that you're about to work with. So these are the Onare vellums. Now, as the name would suggest, they are designed to work with vellum, but they will also work with card as well. 915925 is your item number, £9.99 is your price, and this is the bird section we're looking at. Now, in fairness, there are only a couple of birds on this, but there are lots of different designs on there as well. There's some nursery designs on there, there's some wedding type designs on there, there's some anniversary type designs on there as well, or designs you could use to adapt an anniversary card if you so wanted to. 915 925 999 is the price, and Petra's going to show us just how to use them
Okay.
right now.
They are specially made for vellum, because when you work with vellum, you don't need a light box.
Right.
There are different kinds of tools that you need, because when you work on vellum and you need just the small one and the areas are a little bigger, you go through the paper, and that's not the meaning of it. So that's why they have come with these ones. You use it. Now, when I use soap as normal and I go do this, you always...
use it a bit more often.
Oh, cheeky. I'd give him a slap if I were you. She's very fragrant, let me tell you.
I get used to it. Yeah.
You will get used to the soap, darling.
Me too.
Okay, so instead of doing it on the paper, I just doing this on the soap. Wait, I put it away. When you work on vellum, it's gonna you push the paper again through the paper, but now it's gonna be white. Always when you emboss vellum, it's turn out white.
Now, I should let you know that these embossing tools that Petra is using are available on our website, or indeed through our call centre, 08700 700 300, or of course the website www.creatingcraft.tv.
You first always start with embossing, and after that it's a combination of embossing and pricking.
It's very therapeutic just watching you do this.
Yeah? Do you mean it?
I do mean it, yeah.
Okay. I believe
It's always
it.
very restful working with you. You have a calming effect.
Oh no,
What
my
means-
husband says something else, but that doesn't matter. I won't repeat that.
No, don't.
Sometimes I think he's very glad I'm often here. Oh no, that's not true.
Oh, thanks.
No, he's always glad when I be back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Well, so you finish this, and as I turn it over, then the nicest thing is when you have a dark color. Can I use this for a moment?
I'm going to use that in a
Yeah,
minute.
you get
no,
it
you can
back.
borrow it for now.
You borrow my stuff, so I borrow yours. Okay.
Stroppy.
You see? Then it's always very nice when you see the white of the color is always coming them
yes.
back.
Indeed, for those people that love
That's not where you found it.
For those people that love our embossing shows, if you love the Christine Coleman shows, of course, look out for those if you've not seen them before. You're definitely going to love doing what Petra's showing you now, because we know that working with vellums and doing stencil embossing with vellums is certainly one of the most incredibly popular crafts running through this country and indeed Europe, and of course the United States and Canada as well. So make
Indeed,
sure,
the world.
Indeed the world. So make sure you look out for Christine Coleman shows on Creating Craft as well. So what are you up to now, Petra?
Now I'm...
Oh, now you're pricking.
Yes, now I'm pricking.
I've just been doing that. Do you
I
want
know.
to show you what I've been doing? There you
Yeah.
go. I don't know if I can see that at all. Nobody wants to look at mine. There you
me
go. I've
see.
embossed that bit now. You can see I've done the paper pricking around the top there. I've done half of it. This is what
Oh, that's
Petra's
nice.
doing now. On the... Now don't forget, when you perforate, you perforate from the back, and where it pops out, where it's a bit more rough. This is great for people who have eyesight problems and that. They can really feel the design. Really good. Good craft for that. Anyway, back to Petra. What you up to, darling?
Still pricking. You see? Just the same as you were doing.
Not
But
quite as
I'm
good.
pricking on vellum.
Oh, yeah?
And the difference between this and that from you have to turn it over
I do.
because it's normal paper. And
But you
this is
don't.
vellum, and I can let it down. So this
Now-
is a little bit easier.
Now,
yeah?
obviously, you will need to have this pricking tool and, of course, the pricking mat as well. They are also available on that website, unless you've already got it, of course. Of course, if you've already got one, you don't need another one.
State the
915.95
obvious.
is a set of 2 Anari vellum stencils, the birds. $9.99 is your price.
You want to really slap my legs at times, don't you?
I can think of other things I'd quite like to slap at times, actually, when you're being naughty.
Ooh.
But even with this template, you can do a lot. It's just not. It's not just pricking, but you can take parts of it when you have the examples. You see, I have used totally different things with it. You can even use it when you see this. It's a flower. It's just for the summer. But I
Beautiful.
can even use it for Christmas by just using the leaves. I have a card made with this, and
Okay. Actually, I'll show them the cards
Yeah, okay.
while you have a little bit more of a go with your paper pricking over there. So these are the 2 stencils that we're looking at the moment. This is what Petra Petra's working with, Alan's working with a different set, which I'll show you in a moment. 915, 925, 999. So you've got all of these great ideas on here. Remember, these are 2 metal stencils, so as long as you look after them, they are going to last and last and last. So that's those 2. Let's show you the cards that have been made from those sets, just so you've got an idea of how well this works with vellum. Look at that, fabulous. So you've got a combination of the stenciling, and you've got a combination of the pricking there as well. If we can have a really good close look at that, then you can get a real idea of what, of how effective that is. Look at that. And of course that's also finishing that card off with some of those wonderful jewels. We'll put the details of the jewels on the bottom of the screen in a moment or two, just so that you can see those. And there they are on the bottom of your screen, 915, 927. So we've got other items as well that have been decorated using this particular set of stencils. Very beautiful, actually. Look at that. So combine paper pricking and stenciling onto vellum, using obviously those wonderful embellishments that you can see in the centre of that card. These cards are very, very special indeed, and anybody would love to receive them. Another great one there. And of course, when you're looking at cards like this, you're thinking, oh, that must have taken hours to make. But no, probably the most time-consuming part of that was the paper pricking, which, if my estimation is going to be correct, and that would probably have taken you about 10 minutes. So you're looking at a card like that from start to finish, 10 to 15 minutes. That's even for a novice. $9.99 is your price for those, and we've got some more superb cards there to show you as well. Let's just make sure I've got it the right way around, because I don't want somebody shouting in the air, "It's upside down." Not that ever happens.
You're lucky to get the shot. What are you on about?
Whoa!
Love you!
We've got this very special one here that's also been finished off using the jewels. 915 925 £9.99 is your price. Let's have a look at the next set of stencils that we've got then, which is the one that Alan's been working with over there. These are your flower stencils. Again, you've got 2 metal stencils here that are going to last and last and last, and obviously you can use all of the stars on there, you can use all of the border on there, you can use a bit of the border on there, you can mix and match to suit yourself. It's entirely up to you how you use them, how little you use them, and how much you use them. 915 926 999 is your price, and let's have a look at some of the examples once again that have been made from this particular set. Now, particularly like what's been done there, one of the stencils has been used. We've used part of the border there just to produce that cascading scallop.
Can I say something? That's just the one that he's using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just the one that Alan's using now. Look at that. There's a combination, obviously, of cutting and pricking and embossing. And we've got some more cards over here that have been done using this particular set of stencils. And look at the detail on those. If you look really close on that embossing, you get the most incredibly detailed embossing with these as also. If you didn't like the idea of doing the paper pricking, if you just wanted to do the embossing, you could do it. If you just liked the idea of doing the paper pricking and didn't want to do the embossing, entirely up to you. They're just so multifunctional. And we've got the same. I particularly like this one. Of course, this is used one of the frames, or the frame on, let me just show it to you. It's used the outer frame there on that one to produce that card. So you can use it as a cutting stencil as well as an embossing stencil. We've got another great card, and this one I think is fabulous. Just look at that. Amazing. So let's just show you another one, and then we'll get back to Petra's demonstration. Once again, obviously, we've used the jewels there. Details for the jewels are on the bottom of your screen, 915927. They're $12.99 for at least 400 of those jewels. Now, back to Petra, and we'll just see what Petra's up to now.
Okay, I've almost finished. And then you see the results. It's very nice. So you can use the outside lines to cut on. You can use them, but it's not necessary, because when you see this, I have just used this part.
Yes.
I turned it over, and I did it again. And then you get this. When you put this on a card, you have a marvelous card. So it's totally different than where it's meant for, but it's very nice.
It is really a beautiful card.
Yeah, it is.
So those are just some of the ideas of things that you can do with those stencils. So Petra, what are you going to do for us now?
I have another with this one. This is nice. just to show you how you can make a very nice envelope when you give somebody money and...
Money?
Money, yeah. Don't you say that in English?
Oh yeah, of course
For
we
a
do.
birthday, when they ask just money.
Don't you owe me 50 euro?
Don't they do that here?
No.
Oh,
Yes, we do.
in
course
Holland
we
we do.
Well,
Well, okay, when you will do that on a nice way, just make from a piece of paper, just vellum you can use. You just have to emboss the border. You fold it over and you glue it on this side, and it's marvelous. And you can make it even just nicer by putting a nice 3D cutting sheet on top of it. Little jewels. Well, this is so nice to work.
Now, just to remind everybody that if you are going to be gluing vellum, there is a particularly fantastic glue for gluing vellum on our website. It's a Zig pen system. Just tap that into the search engine. It should take you straight there. The great thing about the Zig pen system is you can glue pieces of vellum together, and you can virtually, well, it's virtually invisible, the glue, which is great if you're working with vellum. So I'd have a look out for that on that website, which is, of course, www.creatingcraft.tv. Just need to remind you of those, not stencils, the jewels again, because Petra, throughout her demonstrations, has been using these jewels quite a lot. Now, these jewels are self-adhesive. You're going to get at least 400 of them for $12.99. You've got all these wonderful shapes. You've got stars, and you've got hearts, and you've got round shapes there as well. You really are going to find lots to do with them. So you're getting all these different colours as well. That was clear. Then we've moved on now to this beautiful deep ruby red colour that we've got. And, oh, it's amber, apparently. There you go. Don't leave the colour-blind presenter on his own, will you? This one's pink. This one's pink, and that one's yellow, greeny yellow. Oh, that one's red. That one's red. And then we've got this one, because I'm being told, purple, and then we've got this one here, which is the one that Petra's been at.
Petra de Pepper.
Yeah.
That one is clear, we would say, and then we've got another one there for you, which is another clear one by the look of it. Oh, that's pink. It's light pink even. 915-927-1299, your pack of 400 Onari jewels, and remember, they are self-adhesive. So,
Do you want to see what I've been doing?
yes, please.
What I'm doing here, I'm just trimming around the edge. I've done the embossing and I've done the paper prick in there. See that? Isn't it lovely? Now, all I'm going to do on that one is cut the centre out, and then you can get a photograph behind that on my scrapbooking page. So you can see how easy that was to do. And I'll tell you what, it's very therapeutic. It's like squeezing bubbles, you know, those plastic bubbles. Every time you go through it, pops, pops, pops. It's great, this.
We even know that in Holland.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, marvellous. Petra de
The next time when you do that, I call you Tom and Jerry, okay?
Why?
I don't like that. Okay.
Okay. Or any other cartoon character that we can think of.
Yeah.
No, I want to show you something else, and that is very nice when you give something like this. You take a card and you fold it back one piece.
Yes.
And then this cutting sheets you have also on the website.
Yes,
so
we do.
You always can order that. Before you glue this, you, how do you call this? You
Separate them.
Yeah. You make just little slits in here, and then you push your paper through it. Well, that's not all, because the half of your template you emboss, you glue it on your paper, and then you make this from the same. And then you put this in between, so people can take this out and keep it for, you put it in your books.
Bookmark, yeah.
Bookmark, okay, thank you. Oh, I'm still
That's why we
learning.
call it a bookmark.
Okay, okay.
What do you call it in Holland?
Een boekenlegger.
A booklegger.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's close, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll have some of
Okay.
your best bookeleum.
Lekker. Boekenlegger. Okay, so when you send this to somebody, it's a
gift?
it's a gift. You can take this out and you leave your card and they
Oh,
have
I'll tell you
something.
what, I'll tell you what. You
What?
could send that to somebody who reads books.
Yeah, I don't think you sent it to someone who play golf.
Might do, they might have a golf book.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
particularly interesting about an item like this, if I just show you that for a second, is if you are wanting to make a number of presents for somebody, but you're wanting to make very personal presents, and you are actually on a budget when making your presents, then this is going to enable you to make the most beautiful, personal, individual present that they're going to keep and they're going to treasure. Because do you know what? It's not the presents that cost £500 that people treasure. It's the presents like this that people have put their own personal time into that they treasure, because these kind of cards are made with love. 915 926 £9.99 is your price. And of course, if I got something like that, then I would definitely want to treasure that forever. I would also treasure the £500 DVD as well. It's true, but I would treasure that especially.
You're right. Then. You're really right.
That would be a different kind of treasure.
Yeah, it is. Well, I have told you it's a kind of pricking and a kind of a part of is pricking and a part of it's embossing.
Okay.
But you also can emboss everything. And
Before we do that, just need to give details of what it is you're showing, just so that everybody can keep up with us, especially those in the gallery. So these are two stencils.
I'm always running too hard.
915 925 £9.99. So you're going to get both of these stencils for that. And Petra is currently eager and willing to show us how to work with them.
Yeah, you can say so. Okay, so...
You're having too much fun, you know.
Oh, always. Yeah, I like this, really. Yeah, it's lovely to work with you.
What about me?
Sometimes.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I won't miss this. No. Well, this is just embossing, and that's nice also. Then you get something totally different again. And when you do this, it's elegant. It's when you give this for instance, for a wedding, well, you have a beautiful present, or for sending something.
Yes, that's also true when you're talking about weddings particularly, because for those of you that are getting married and you are perhaps investing a lot of money into your wedding stationery, well, we're not going to tell you not to do that, but if you are wanting to obviously do some special cards perhaps for the top table of the wedding, because it would take you a while to do these, then these would be very special individual cards. Again, people who are on that top table who are really going to treasure for years to come, because it will be a very personal memory of that day, because the bride and groom made it, if you can get the groom making them as well, of course, and why wouldn't you? Because lots of men watch the show and they enjoy their card making just as much as the wedding.
See, you can use it like this. This is nice, but you also, you also can put it back and you cut it in this shape. Then you have something different. A little ribbon on the side.
Actually, I was just thinking as well with this particular template as well. If you know somebody that has just had a baby, or perhaps you just had a baby yourself, and you want to invite people along to a special event to celebrate that birth, perhaps a christening, then these would be perfect to make christening invitation cards out of as well. £9.99. I can carry on thinking of uses for these all day. They're brilliant.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
So now Petra's gone back to using the jewels.
Just to show you the difference. This is nice. This is really nice. But when you put a little jewels on top of it, then you see the
really
difference. It's
most beautiful embellishment, doesn't it?
And it doesn't have to be very much. Just two will do. Hey, that's
exactly. Just minimalist. Yeah,
it
very
is.
nice.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah. Okay.
Very, very good. So, what are you going to... Oh, you've got so much stuff down here to show us.
A lot.
You've not got any butties down there, have you?
Here, just to show you what you can do more.
You think you've had enough of
because this is the other side. And when you use it on this way, this is totally different. This is not the meaning of it, but it's nice. Because instead of pricking this, you have to prick it, because otherwise you can't use embroidery. But here, I just...
Oh, you've embroidered?
Yeah, even that you can do. This is lovely, really. And I've done it
so you
like
can
this.
emboss with it.
Yeah.
You can prick with it.
Yeah.
You can stitch with it. You can cut with it. Wow.
A lot, yeah. Well, this is lovely, really. And then the only thing I have to do
Excuse me,
is...
soapy.
You only have to ask, and I give it to you.
No, too busy you were talking.
Okay, yeah, I know.
So just using those jewels to just embellish a few of those flowers.
These little hearts, in the little hearts that I've pricked. And you see it's self-adhesive. It's just a little trouble to get it off. So it's sticky.
And of course the fact they're self-adhesive just makes it that much easier to use, because imagine trying to put some glue on the back of something this small. It's all been done for you.
When this is not adhesive very much, I have trouble to put it off. And when I wouldn't have the trouble, when you post it, you lose it, and now it sticks on it, and that's why it has to be...
It's worth mentioning that,
Yeah.
that it is a strong adhesive that's on there. And of course, it's very important that you've got the adhesive already on there.